Susie.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, this is Jim Crassers with Joey the Bull,
Joey,
Dondo,
hey, yo,
and Adam Woods. Who's our special guest?
You don't know our special guest name? Been talking for a half hour.
I'm the freaking host. I'm asking you a damn question.
He's the host. The legend of Whittier, California.
Oh, gosh. Yeah, right.
This is Anthony Aguilera from, Tillis and, history and other dojos as well.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Guy's got a long history grappling. We brought him into the show because he's cool, he's special, he's righteous, and we love him.
When I met this guy a while back, he's a pretty tough kid, man.
And he's been to the Palomino.
Hell yeah.
That's where they sell horses. That's what I hear.
What
I don't know.
in the blue hell was that? I guess we can afford sound effects in the studio. So
we do. We
10 points. We got our production budget lifted.
We got Fiji next to Mexico. I mean, that's the same thing too, right?
That's right.
I mean, I guess it's kind of like Hong Kong, right? I mean, if that's the case.
Hong Kong and Tijuana?
Oh.
Hello.
I guess. So how the fuck are you guys, man?
Wonderful. Thank you.
Chilling?
Merry Christmas.
I have no idea what the fuck. Anyway, so I mean,
kill me.
We were kind of talking off air because we did have fights this weekend. Bellator bringing two homegrown legends of Pride back to the Saitama Super Arena. Obviously, we'd be remiss not to talk about Fedor versus Quentin Rampage Jackson. Gentlemen, thoughts?
Even without thinking about it, come on, Fedor, the Emperor, come on.
Yeah. That's a god right there.
Yeah. Oh, man, my heart broke at the forum, him and Ryan Bader. Like, I literally looked, I was trying to Snapchat. Like, the kids, yeah.
Oh, my God.
Right there, dude.
Yeah.
It's the biggest belly I've ever seen. Quote Rampage on that. Biggest belly I've ever seen.
And I mean,
he said that to Roy Nelson in the Ultimate Fighter.
Yeah. Well, so I mean, I was actually like, what sold me on this fight, other than the name value, was the fact that MMA Fighting's YouTube channel had an interview with Rampage, and as we're heading into the new decade, man, I felt like this shit was 1999. I mean, Rampage of 1999. He was in true form, had a Monster Energy bandana, fucking talking shit, talking about the prestige of him and Fedor. Their daughter's birthdays happened on the night of the fight, and he was talking about how he and Fedor might have been fucking at the same time. Again, this is pure Rampage.
I never want to think about that ever.
Rampage Jackson. That, I mean, hump Karen Bryant. Not that's cool, but I mean, this is Rampage in true form. So I was just like, and the reverence that he spoke of Fedor. He's like, Fedor's a god. He's a legend. I looked up to Fedor. Fedor's one of my favorite fighters.
Isn't that the consensus? Don't we all feel that way about Fedor Emelianenko?
Oh, hell yes.
Living legend.
Right?
Yeah,
and Rampage has been, the guy that's been around, did his thing, but you don't have that same clout.
I don't think so. I mean, when you look at, power bombing legit MMA guys in Pride, I mean, literally Fedor, Rampage, and Vanderlei with the, true axe murder fashion. Those were the two standouts for me in Pride. That's one of the things that made me a fan, right? I mean, that was justified. Something that you could watch with your friends and go like, hey, this is what you should do. I know you don't like, UFC or whatever, but check this Japanese shit out. And soccer kicks aplenty. No testing, the smashing machine,
that's my nickname.
Was the glory days.
The smashing machine.
I don't know what they put in his energy drink, but he is on a good one. I absolutely love this. Mr. Woods on a good one.
So I mean, again, they returned right back to the Saitama Super Arena. It was kind of cool seeing the Bellator cage in the Saitama, but I kind of wish that they went with the ring.
That would have been dope.
That would have been awesome.
That would have been really dope.
Nothing against Michael C. Williams, the voice of Bellator, in the Bellator cage. But wouldn't it be cool if they got Leon Hart back and introduced her in Pride fashion?
That would have been really dope, actually.
Like, I was waiting for it, and it didn't happen. But, yeah.
It's a whole new generation. Do they even remember, right? Like Robert says, kids think Michael Jordan is crybaby face now.
This is true.
They don't know. They don't know he's the greatest ever.
Right. So
They don't know.
Mr. Aguilera.
Tell us.
Well, I mean,
Michael Jordan
they
is
still play the
I know, I didn't
old
think so either,
fights
but that's
back
what he
in the
told
day,
me.
you know, and they still do all, you know, people
Magic
remember
still.
the voices, you know.
Will Chamberlain's the greatest ever.
I would say Magic is.
No way, you got to read his history. Will Chamberlain did some stuff.
You're talking off the court, though. You're talking off the court. I'm
Will
talking off the
Chamberlain
court.
did some stuff.
John
Wrote
Stockton.
the book.
John Stockton, man.
Yeah, John Stockton, Jeff Hornacek, Utah Jazz. People overlook that
buddy.
shit, but my goodness, them paired with Karl Malone, fuck,
Karl
that was
Hey, shout out to my mom. That's her favorite team.
Shout out to Mama.
Yeah.
Utah Jazz.
Yeah. Cheers to you, mom.
Right?
Yeah.
Cheers
you
to
know what's
Mama.
up. Yeah, but
Gotta love that.
it's kind of crazy, right? So
Right.
Obviously, this was a big nostalgia fight. One of the things that I personally love about Bellator is, yes, most people will argue that they have freak show fights. I mean, obviously, the 5,000 versus Kimbo Slice, Ken Shamrock versus Hoist Gracie or whatever. But one thing that they do
great
better than
fights.
any other promotion, UFC included, is promoting and honoring their legends, one, right?
Super important.
And then two, stacking the undercard with talent. And I mean, if you
The
remember
hometown heroes.
hometown heroes or names that again are in an upward trajectory, right? So we kind of spoke about when they had the Tito versus Alberto El Portron fight a couple weeks back, right?
That's a big one.
And that could have been the homecoming. That could have been a showcase fight for everybody that Combate built up over the last 3 or 4 years.
Right.
And
Froggy Estrada.
didn't do that. They failed, right?
Yeah, it was
but
horrible.
Bellator,
That was bad.
who they put on there? They put Lorenz Larkin.
Yeah.
They put, oh my gosh, Michael Venom Page, right? I mean, and for them to fight in Saitama Super Arena, I mean, if you're a fan of MMA, if you're an MMA practitioner, that's one of the holy grails, right? Along with, I mean, now it's Madison Square Garden because of Conor McGregor, any venue in Vegas, essentially, because, I mean,
Because it's Vegas.
run a mill. But I mean, that's one thing that I love. I mean, even though you might have a polarizing view of what happened with that fight, you still got action.
Yeah.
You still got your money's worth, and that's one thing that I think Scott Coker's a genius when it comes to. That was a great get when his UFC contract was pretty much null and void. He jumped over to Bellator, and it was the greatest thing because, I mean, Strikeforce was a major rival to the
He's
UFC.
been successful at doing this, though. This has been the story of Bellator.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
definitely.
Wasn't Michael Chandler on that card too? Yeah, I mean, so again,
was.
that's one thing that I love, and I mean, they're coming right down here back to the Madhouse on Manchester, the Fabulous Forum.
Fabulous, baby, fabulous.
Yeah, so I mean, we get a women's featherweight title fight. Julia Budd, the reigning and defending featherweight women's
Against
champion.
who?
Chris Cyborg,
Holy
arguably one of the
smokes.
greatest
Holy smokes.
female MMA fighters of all time, right?
Unbelievable.
Right? And then what do we get? We've got Curtis Millender against Moses Marietta.
That's going to be cool. Look
Um,
at that. Julia Budd. Go
yeah.
back. Okay, we got Dylan Dennis versus Keegan Gangrich. Gangreenich.
Yeah.
Dylan Dennis is a badass.
What do I think about who?
Keegan.
Keegan?
Dylan Dallas versus the Keegan fight.
I think Dylan will still beat him.
Yep.
You think they're feeding him?
Yeah, no. Simply because I think
Give Robert the microphone.
his jiu-jitsu just gonna be far superior than everybody
That's
else.
okay. He just went away. What we got?
On the card.
Right?
There you go.
Alfred.
Sergio Pettis versus
Yeah.
Alfred Kashakian. I mean,
I'm all with Alfred.
this might as well be a lights out card, man. These are two former CXF, now lights out veterans, hometown guys, and I mean they're going to do their thing on the big stage. I mean, one of my first interviews was outside of what is it? The
Florentine
Sportsman's
Gardens.
Lodge,
Oh,
Sportsman's Lodge, right?
okay.
With Sergio Pettis, who made his pro debut that night, and man, that's a hell of a good fight. If you're a fight fan, I mean, definitely check out this undercard.
What do you think about Sergio Pettis in comparison to what his brother's accomplished? Is he still on his way up?
I think he's still learning. Still learning.
Right?
I don't think
It's a different kind of animal.
Yeah, definitely. I think his brother has more tools to utilize.
Yeah,
especially in the jiu-jitsu world.
And got there quicker.
Yeah, Well, I mean, he had more. Wasn't he on a reality TV show?
Yeah, WC.
But then again, I mean, you've essentially got the brain trust that is highest on MMA, Gokor Shavichian, right? Benny the Jet, right?
Yeah.
House Office, and I mean, for a time, Judo Jane LaBelle. And don't think that Sergio hasn't learned from the brain trust that is that. I don't think there's a better in terms of world, accomplishment. I mean, can you get better than that?
Well, it's an amazing thing, but he did have also his boxing coach out there in Milwaukee
Yeah.
too, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
So
Pettis is here?
Yeah.
Sergio.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, I'm thinking it's wrong Sergio.
Okay.
My bad.
Okay.
Yeah, this is
Making sure.
Yeah, so Sergio
Didn't mean to
Pettis
do
obviously.
that, but this Sergio's from Milwaukee,
Milwaukee.
Wisconsin.
Yeah. So wrong Sergio.
Duke Rufus.
Yeah,
Trained
so Anthony
and
Pettis'
and
little
bred.
brother, cut from the UFC, unfortunately,
That's
but
not- wasn't her favorite team.
yeah,
That's
man.
right, Mama. She cool.
So
Mama cool.
I mean, it's
Anyways,
gonna be-
put Darren Caldwell back up there, not to interrupt Adam.
Adam finished.
Okay.
it's
Lost it.
Yeah,
Forgot.
so it's going to be a cool one. I mean, obviously Sergio Pettis is Bellator homecoming. This is a chance for him to right the wrongs that he felt by getting cut from the UFC. So don't think that he's not going to maximize on this opportunity.
I think there's butts and seats for Sergio Pettis. People want to see, the next Pettis brother step up. So
Yeah, the
I'm
next
hoping,
Showtime.
right? It needs to be. We need HBO from Sergio Pettis.
Facts.
Something.
Yeah.
Cinemax, Skinemax.
There we go.
Here we go. Tell me
And then
about
the
this.
Featherweight World Grand Prix
It's
quarterfinal. We've got Adam Borix versus Darion Caldwell.
Yeah, buddy.
And that's going to be a fun one because our former guest, one Ben the Badger Jones, was in here talking about Darion. And I don't know, man. I mean, obviously, he's a Bellator champion in his own right. This Featherweight Grand Prix, it's another notch on his belt. And
For
I
sure.
think nothing against Adam. Great name, by the way. But,
Great name.
This is Darion's time to shine. But here's the cool thing about Bellator's tournaments, right? We had King Mo being slighted as one of the biggest touted stars in Bellator's history. They put him in a tournament, and he gets knocked out by God, I can't remember he's from Long Beach. Big guy.
Tell us. Godzilla.
Spinning back fist.
Yeah, spinning back fist.
Come on, Joe.
Yeah.
What's his name?
Nobody
I know
got
who
a
you're
name.
talking
Ain't nobody got no
He
name.
does the he's like a hardcore punk kid.
I know who you're talking about.
Yeah.
He'll pop up my head.
Starts with E. Manual.
Emmanuel Newton. There we go.
Look at
Right
that.
Oh,
No, not Emmanuel Newton.
This
Wrong
guy.
Emmanuel.
Manual.
Manual labor.
Emmanuel?
Manual labor. This guy.
oh, what's that guy's name again?
Manual labor.
Oh, the name's right there.
Yeah, I bet.
Anyway, but yeah, I mean, anything could happen, right, in the world of
Yeah.
MMA. But I mean, I don't see how Darion Caldwell isn't a favorite in this one. So, yeah. Thoughts?
Agreed.
Yeah.
Is Emmanuel Newton?
Yeah.
No.
Bam.
Really?
Really?
Yeah.
Adam just blew his thing in everyone's face.
Yeah, man.
Yo.
So,
Okay.
Sorry.
Dude.
not
Robert
bad,
just got hit with friendly fire.
He's gonna choke me out later.
Can I get a warm towel, please?
I didn't know it was this kind of show.
Yeah. So,
Manuel Newton.
It was. Oh wow.
Check it out.
Dang.
Busted him open.
yeah, man. So,
It's Adam's people, man. He knows that dude.
oh, dude, a black guy that
homie.
likes rock music. I'm all over
A
that.
homie.
He fucking skanked in the damn cage. Fucking.
He's
Melanesian.
Melanesian.
We don't all look alike, folks.
No. He does resemble a South Pacific person, though.
Yeah. There you go.
By way
you
of
go.
Mexico.
By way of Mexico.
Yeah, the languages are similar.
Yeah. But no, man, it's gonna be a good one. Unfortunately, I don't know if you guys have been following it, but Gabriel the Gifted Green
Yes.
actually is injured. So
Sorry
fortunately-
to hear that, too.
Yeah.
That sucks.
Yeah. So
Guy's a homie.
you know, Gabriel Green, I mean, he's fought on the undercard of Bellator before, and
Yeah.
I mean, put on a show for folks. So
he should be on the main card, but if you
Absolutely.
catch the card that's after the main card, you'll see Gabe Green cleaning house.
yeah, absolutely. So it's I mean, it's a shame, you know, the opportunity to fight at the Forum. No matter, I mean, having talked to all of those sub-fighter guys, and I mean, even like the prestige that the Forum has, you know, only fought there.
You're from Southern California, right?
Yeah, absolutely. That's the Mecca, you know. So that's our Madison Square Garden. So speedy recover to Mr. Green.
Yeah. We always hope for the best. We want to see local homies make it.
Make it.
Yeah, man.
Look at this, though. Look, Robert
My
got-
girl, Chris Cyborg.
That's your girl?
Yeah. Well.
What happens?
Mindy, watch out.
Okay. Anyway,
Dun, dun,
You're
dun.
allowed a get out of jail free card?
but I don't think with Chris Cyborg. I mean,
No?
that's yeah.
No, but if you're allowed a get out of jail free card, you got to take it, right?
Man,
I guess so.
You've been eating Cheerios for like
She-
12 years now.
She'll wear the strap on. Go ahead.
Saying.
dude, I don't think Joey's a Chris Cyborg type. I think he's more Gabby Garcia.
Dang, Gabby.
Grabby Garcia.
Grab-
She be all grabby with you.
There you
No
go.
more. My
Come
type
here.
is Mindy Hinojosa.
My
Let's
little
get that
bear.
correct.
Nice save, nice
My
save,
little
nice
bear.
save.
Good job.
That's right.
Hi, Mindy.
Mindy.
Happy New Year, dear.
Happy New Year.
Your teddy bear is safe here.
Love you, babe.
There you go.
Hey, yo.
Sweetie. Yeah, I might as well shout out my
Right.
wife, right?
I kick my ass.
So, what are the odds that Julia Budd takes Cyborg out? That's the question, right? We all know what Cyborg can do.
I don't know.
How can she take her out?
Well,
Can
here's
she
the thing.
overpower her? I don't think so.
I don't think so.
Well, this is the best Julia Budd that we've seen. Obviously, a mainstay of Strikeforce. She's one of the overlooked, figures in women's MMA, right?
Yeah,
And
definitely.
it's kind of weird that this is taking place at the Forum because where was Chris Cyborg's last defeat?
That's true.
Sure was.
At
Maybe
the
that's in her
Forum.
head.
So,
She has a lot
and
to
in a
prove.
title
Be in her head.
fight. So
She has a lot to prove. First fight in Bellator too.
Oh, that's true.
Yeah,
And-
absolutely. This is her Bellator debut.
Look at this.
has a lot
Our
to
guest
prove.
has got the skills. He knows this is her taking the car out for the first time in
Absolutely.
this promotion.
Well, I'm just saying that photo. That's a filter in that photo of Chris Cyborg. She don't really look like that. I mean, that's a very pretty looking filter right
Joey.
there.
I've seen her in person.
Yeah,
Very nice
I've seen
woman.
Cyborg at Worlds.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah,
she
it's-
dresses up.
yeah.
She dresses up.
She
Her
tells
and
you
Gabby
it's- yeah.
dress up.
Yeah, yeah. So don't.
Hey, don't forget
Don't
what Gabby
sleep on
wants,
them.
Gabby gets.
Yeah. Ask Vanderlei. Anyway,
I'm going to toss one of you to her.
yeah. So a great. I mean,
Take him!
A great card.
Definitely.
I don't even think that we've seen the entire card. I think this is still.
That's just the
ongoing.
main.
This is the main.
Right.
This is the
And-
main card.
Robert's been skipping
and
around.
I mean, even so,
Aaron Pico.
Look
Yeah,
at
absolutely.
that. Okay, tell us your history at Pico. I know you went to school with him.
Dun dun
I
dun.
didn't go to school.
No, you didn't?
No,
You didn't kick in the same gang with him?
no. No, Tillis might know him. though.
Tillis knows him?
Yeah, for sure.
But he's in your hood.
He is. I think he just has to get back to his wrestling.
Absolutely.
Stop trying
That's
to
what I
strike
want to
with
hear
everybody.
from a local kid to another local kid. Gets back to his wrestling and what? What happens? Magic,
He's gonna dominate.
right?
He starts striking everybody. Becomes an issue for him. I think
Well, it has been.
it
I
has.
don't think that you're speaking prophetically. This is the truth.
I think, dude. Who's gonna stop his shot?
Yeah.
Realistically, who's
that
gonna stop his shot?
that level of wrestling?
Absolutely.
I don't-
Put him
I
on
don't
their
see it.
back.
I don't see it happening. I don't see anybody stopping his shot.
So the game plan is stick with what you're talented with, right? What you worked for so many years.
Right? What you were great at.
What you're great at. I like that. Well put.
Absolutely, and it's almost like Justin Gaethje, right? World class wrestlers, right? And they just want to stand and bang. And if you have if you're proficient in one of the, like literally the benchmarks of what
Right, yeah.
makes a complete MMA fighter, and that's your strength, why not employ it, right? Because
Why
styles
not
make fights.
exploit it?
Of course,
Just
of
wrestle
course.
the hell out of everybody.
Khabib.
Absolutely.
Yep, Khabib.
Khabib it.
That's right.
And then
Look at
again,
this.
so Curtis Millender
Yeah.
against Moses Marietta.
Moses.
That's a sleeper hit of the summer or whatever time of the year January falls down.
It's the winter.
Yeah, there you go, winter.
It's summer in the southern hemisphere,
Yeah, so
where Adam's from.
It literally is. He's not lying.
I was just trying to get you caught up,
It's under
that's all.
the equator, so
That's right.
we get hot down there.
What do you guys think technically about this fight?
Curtis Millender, what's his reach? What's he got? They don't even have that up there. I bet Curtis got some long arms on him. I bet.
Why do you think that?
Well, because I seen him, I shook his hand, and I was probably 10 feet back.
Like, sure was his hand.
You know?
He thought it was his hand.
Like a cabbage patch.
Okay, this is, a battle of all-stars, right? I mean, this is a catch-weight bout, but literally, he's a guy who lost, I think he was north of 300 pounds.
He's
and
a
then got down.
$185 right here.
Yeah,
Look at that.
That's crazy.
Absolutely.
That's a thick man.
And then we're talking about the Curtis one, Curtis Millender, who's fresh off of UFC. He's got something to prove. As we found out with Ben Jones a couple weeks back, that he is on a 3-fight deal with Bellator. So they're coming to show out, man. So, and the last time that both guys were at the forum on the undercard of Bellator, the fans left happy.
That's right. That's right.
Yeah, so
I wonder if we see the best Curtis Millender that we've ever seen, because he knows it's time now. The bells are ringing. If he's going to do it, if you're going to turn on the switch, now's the time.
Absolutely.
Does he put him out early? Does he show everything he can do? And all of a sudden we see just devastation. That's what I want to see. That's the Curtis I want to see. I hope he listens to this, because when I'm there, when I'm sitting there and I got to pay my money to get in that building, I want to see Curtis do some damage.
Smash.
Yeah, but to that same aspect, you're going to see the best Moses Marietta that we've seen.
I hope so. I certainly hope so. At $185, he should be able to
what was it? His last
smother
fight?
him.
Yeah, his last fight, I want to say, was LFA, and he looked damn impressive. Again, two guys who have fought on local cards here. LFA veterans, CXF veterans.
Right.
Curtis, a former CXF champion. So, like I said, don't sleep on this one, guys, because you want to get there early. If this is going on, I don't know if this is prelim or post-lims.
We'll never know until we get there.
Yeah, absolutely. This is something that you don't want to miss. So, get there early. I think it's 3 o'clock. So, it's worth.
I love that.
It.
It's a day in LA. How can we hate it?
Day in LA.
Absolutely. Speaking of jiu-jitsu practitioners, right? AJ Azagram against Adel Atamimi.
Altamimi.
Yeah, absolutely.
Altamimi.
We don't want an international incident, but
No.
yeah, but
Nothing of the sort.
yeah, but the in Adel's last fight, the marketing machine that is Bellator MMA was firmly behind Adel. And basically talking about his story, how he defected from his country and America. He had Chris Pratt there, none other than Chris Pratt. What is he? One of the Guardians of the Galaxy?
He sure is.
Yeah.
He's like the leader, no?
He has a hot wife.
Who?
Chris Pratt.
Oh,
I don't know.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
You don't like girls?
Going to Adele, right? Adele trains with Jay Glazer. What is it? Unbreakable MMA, I believe it is. Folks as Wiz Khalifa and Snoop Dogg. And
those are Robert's
what have you,
homeboys.
but it's as legit a gym as you can get, and Adele is one of the trainers and coaches there.
Altamimi.
Yeah, and to think, obviously, with all of the marketing resources that they've put into him.
Robert, you got the microphone. You
No,
got a
I'm
question
sorry,
for us
bud.
about Altamimi?
No.
No memes?
No, but this one is going to be a fun one. Obviously, much like the case of who's it on the other jiu-jitsu that we were just talking about?
Dennis.
Dylan Dallas, right? With AJ
Right?
Azagram.
Dylan is a savage animal.
I would love to see AJ versus Dylan in MMA.
That would be
I would
something.
love to
That would be
see
Wait,
something.
they're too far.
The weight class is too
Whoa.
stretched, right?
They're kind of far apart, though, right?
Silverback.
One.
Want to fight with Dylan?
I think Dylan is way too heavy for AJ.
For AJ, yeah.
AJ's kind of small. 145er.
Jiu-jitsu wise, though, I see AJ beating him.
And-
Dylan?
Yeah.
Nah.
Yeah.
Dylan's too big.
But then again, we did
Wrestling, though.
We did see a 265-pound Rampage. So Scott Coker, make it happen, bud.
Robert
I
I
always
mean, AJ's with the Diaz brothers now, so
Yeah, that's true.
he's been getting a little work in.
Let's get some
I know.
burritos.
I would love to see AJ like wrestle though.
Look at this.
Yeah.
I love his wrestling.
Jared
Jared
Connor.
O'Connor.
This one I love. Because Jared Connor, I saw him come up through Fighters Rep.
Yep.
The inaugural Fighters Rep champion. And
It's our local Seal Beach promotion.
He's had ups and downs, life and career, but he is making his pro debut
It's a big one.
Nice.
for Bellator. And
Look
we-
at his record right there. 0-0-0.
Yeah. Absolutely. And
He's
as we saw at the first Bellator at the Forum, in terms of people making their debut, it was a gentleman from the Movement Boxing. I don't know why I'm blanking on his name, but he beat a Gracie.
I
He
love
beat a
that
Gracie
name, the movement.
in his debut fight at the Forum. I mean, you don't get better than that, right?
You don't get a better opportunity.
Yeah,
right?
absolutely. So the fact that we're gonna see Jared Connor make his debut against
Versus
a
Tyler Beneke?
Yeah, Tyler's a tough dude as well. So
He
this
is
is gonna be
tough.
fun.
That could go either way. They're both pretty new to the professional realm.
Yeah, absolutely.
This is something else. I mean, I'm going to bring this one in. We got Dominic All Day Clark coming out of CMMA. All
Yeah,
friggin' day. Right? Against Ricardo Sejas Filho.
Sexy philo.
Sexy feeling.
That's Robert talking. Don't hold that against me at the fight. Grab him by the shoulders, not me.
There you go.
Dominic Clark, though, what a killer, man. 5'9", 155.
Hey,
Look at his record. All kind
Over
of
21 fights.
all kind of fights,
That's a
man. Just he's bringing all kind of talent, experience, technique, and a winning record to the table for Bellator. He's a mainstay at the moment, and someone very exciting to watch come up. What do you think about that, Robert? Dominic Clark versus Ricardo. Tell me your thoughts.
I'm not too sure because I don't know who Ricardo is.
No, they
He's
just brought
8-2.
brought him from Brazil.
I love his name.
Yeah,
I don't know. It depends on Dominic. Dominic's got a lot of skills, but I've seen him look great, and I've seen him look a little not great at times. There's fights I thought he should have won, but he didn't look
Not
as
crisp.
I don't remember if it was a CXF or an LXF that I saw him at. That I was like, I think he was against. Wasn't it against that dude from Arizona, the bare knuckle boxing guy?
Yeah. I remember. Yes.
I think that might have been the fight that I expected Dominic to just murder, but he ended up losing.
trying
I
to-
think, right?
sluggish.
Yeah.
You interviewed him. You interviewed him.
I know.
Yeah.
I remember. Can just can't remember the opponent as well as Dominic because I'm always rooting for him. For the homie,
Let me see.
Southern
Yeah.
California's own Dominic All Day
You know,
Clark.
and this is a gentleman who, I mean, he's commentated with us at Sparstar, providing alternate commentary
He's a gentleman.
for Sparstar MMA for Event TV Global.
The Event
All right?
TV.
So, his fight acumen in terms of knowledge and how he sees fights
He's incredible.
is very reminiscent of his coach, Chad the Savage George, right? MMA veteran. So it's going to... All Day is looking to show out, but what All Day are we going to get come late January at the Forum? That's anybody's guess.
Yeah, Estevan Payen.
Payen, that's
Yeah,
right.
that's
Yes.
the guy. Like I was like,
Yeah.
Oh, I know Esteban.
yeah, he was.
Yeah, he's a funny guy. There's an interview with me and Esteban Payen on YouTube. You check that out. That dude is funny.
That's why I'm
But
kind of
I
like.
don't say that about just
you know,
anybody.
depends
You got
what
to be
Dominic
really
comes
funny. He's a funny dude, and he's ready to go on a whim. He drove himself in from Arizona to do that fight. Came out of nowhere, and he didn't have anybody there with him. Just came to fight and drove home.
Damn, that's crazy.
Savage. Yeah, he's a savage.
That's awesome.
There was a fight after that. It was Gabe Green. They cut that fight. We're not going to talk about that. Did they replace him?
Gabe Green is out.
Yeah, no, but I don't know if they replaced him or what. We don't know anything.
Nothing, because, I mean, I think it was it was just over the weekend.
Brandon Bender versus Gabriel Green.
That would have been a
I
fun
don't
one,
know
too.
much about Brandon Bender. I'm going to keep it at
Bender?
that. You tell me.
Yeah,
But Gabe
he's a
Green
12-1 record.
is
I mean, he's a
something else.
banger. For sure.
Okay.
And Yeah, I mean,
Pacheco.
that's a sad one.
You about Pacheco Plaskett? Nothing.
But I'm not
Don't know
familiar with
nothing.
I'm not familiar with
There's a
that.
Gracie coming up against Hector Saldana,
Connery?
Connor.
right?
No.
And J.J. Wilson versus Mario Navarro.
I'm familiar with that.
I think we'll cut it from there.
Yeah.
Anyways, in-house today, this is our New Year's special that we're going to enter the 2020 decade in just a few
2020.
hours. 2020. We
Let's
should
do
have
it.
clear vision for the entire 10 years.
That'd be dope.
Mine's getting blurrier by the minute.
That's why I keep squinting.
Yeah.
I forgot my glasses.
Right.
Dun, dun, dun.
Dun, dun, dun. Anyways, it's summer in Fiji, but we have Anthony Aguilera here with us.
He's out hot under the equator. How did you get your start in jiu-jitsu, good sir?
So,
He's born into it.
so I started jiu-jitsu in 2007.
He's born in 6.
Oh, born in 98.
Okay.
Um,
22 good years of gentlemen right next to me right here of jiu-jitsu.
yeah, yes. But sprted in 2007.
Where was that at?
I was at New Breed Academy in Santa Fe
With
Springs.
Chris Grail?
Chris Crail.
Hey, happy
birthday! Holy!
Yeah, man.
Happy birthday, Chris
And he's
Crail.
got your Cauliflower Nation right here.
All day.
All day.
Rep
so-
it all
Right.
day. Yeah, but I was there for 11 years. And then decided over in Whittier. Borderline La Mirada, I guess you could say.
La Mirada, Santa Fe Springs, Whittier.
Connected.
Right.
It's all
Same with it.
the same. Good. South Whittier.
Yep.
Shout out to No Tills.
No Tillis.
I mean, like sports, jiu-jitsu, and all grappling sports are kind of a gentle art. But I mean, first day coming in, especially as a young buck, like
Yeah.
that had to be kind of intimidating. So, what led you to jiu-jitsu, like versus maybe a karate or
Well-
boxing?
I was actually supposed to be in football.
Wow.
Yeah, I was gonna go to the Whittier Redskins, play for the Whittier Redskins, and then my dad passed away in 06. My grandpa and my dad passed away in 06, and my grandpa's sister was like, "Hey, try this," and I was like, "Okay, I guess. Get me out of the house, right?" And I didn't like it. My first class, I was like, "This is dumb. This is not for me. I'm a football player." And then she was like, "Oh, how do you like it?" I was like, "It was cool." I didn't want to be rude. You know, she was trying to make it.
What a gentleman at 9 years old, already thinking of other people's feelings.
Well, I guess. And then she was like, "Cool. I signed you up for a year." And I was like, "Wow. I do not want to do this for a year. This is horrible."
Oh, and a year back then is like forever.
Right. Well, yeah, I was a kid. Still had to do school and stuff. And she's like, "Yeah, I'll pick you up every day and we'll do it." And I'm like, "Whoa." It was me and my 2 cousins. They don't train anymore, but we all go together and go train. And I was like, "Dude, this is so boring. I don't like this." And then 5 months in, I competed at the Gracie Worlds, and I did not know what that meant. I didn't know what competition was.
Sure.
Johnny Ramirez was just like, "Hey, you're doing this, and I don't care. You're doing it." And I did it. I had 2 matches, and I won gold. And then I fell in love with the competition atmosphere of things, and just kind of took over. And then I fell in love with jiu-jitsu.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, cool story.
Gracie Worlds, and where was that held at?
It was, I don't remember if it was LA Convention Center or Long Beach Convention Center.
Because
One of
at
two.
the time, especially, it was one of the biggest tournaments.
Yeah, it was 08.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's one of the biggest ones for sure.
Absolutely. That's very cool.
Especially for the kids. There wasn't too many big kids tournaments at that time.
How often did they keep you competing at that time? Was it once you got gold, that you got hungry for it? Was it once a quarter, twice a year? What'd you do?
I think it was like every other month.
Dang.
Something like that. I started competing all the time.
Wow.
All the time. And I was in love with it. I didn't care if I won, lost. I remember, I think it was like my 3rd tournament in. I got tapped by a girl in Nogi. And I was like, everybody, you know, they're like, "Oh, you got tapped by a girl." I was like,
She's tough.
that's a bad chick right there. I remember watching her go in the finals. I was like, "Whoa."
Her name's Chris Cyborg.
Nah, it was some white girl. It was some
Changed
white
her
girl.
name.
Yeah, but I was like, I didn't care if I lost. I was just wanted to get out there, get the exposure, see where I was at,
Yeah.
test myself.
Test your skills.
Yeah, you know, and I'm still like that to this day.
Now, I mean, at this point of the game, after competing, where does football place there? Did you
Never,
after
look
that
back.
you were done?
never. Yeah,
Wow.
yeah. They wanted me to play in high school, and I said no, thank you. They wanted me to be a quarterback because I had a really good arm at the time. Could throw really far. I was really accurate, and I was like, dude, if I have to stop training, I don't want to do it.
I love
Wow.
it. This guy. So
Same
hard,
thing with
man.
the wrestling team. I went to a crappy high school though.
So what happened? You get to 12th grade and you start wrestling, or did you wrestle before that?
I never wrestled.
Or you didn't wrestle?
I never wrestled.
They wanted
Straight
you, and you didn't
jiu-jitsu.
do it.
Yeah. So freshman year, I went and I was an open tryout, and I had already knew the coach. The coach wanted me on the team really bad. I went in. I beat up all the guys on the team, and then everybody like the lower class.
That's just
guys,
like Joey the Bull.
all the lower class guys, the lower weights. I beat them all up, double legged everybody. Then when it got up to he was like, "Oh, go with the upper weights." And I was probably freshman year, 135 ish.
But you have abnormal strength. I'll give that to you.
I do
I
not.
don't say that about anybody, but
I do not.
Anthony Aguilera has some abnormal strength. Yeah, he's strong.
I'm fat.
Well, there's some muscle underneath that layer of fat.
I guess so. I thought it was
I
just
don't know what they
internet.
put in your asada, but
I go to internet.
yeah,
Yeah.
that's pretty good. I like it in that myself.
Protein style all day.
I go more in than out.
I
but
know.
4x4 animal style fries, extra large Dr. Pepper.
10 points there.
Damn.
Yeah, that sounds good right
Damn.
now.
Right? Let's go
Damn.
after.
Let's go.
And,
Yeah, but I they made me go with the heavyweights, and I threw them on their head, and I was like, "Can I just train jiu-jitsu and then compete for the school on the weekends?" And they were like, "No." I was like, "All right, bye. See you later."
wow.
Calling his own shots.
And they're like, "We'll give you a letterman and captain spot," and I was like, "I don't care about all that. I just want to wrestle, scholarship."
Offers you the world.
Yeah, I was just like all about jiu-jitsu. Still am.
That's a good way to be. You got a question for him, Joe? I see it ringing there.
Oh no, I'm just listening.
Let's listen. Okay, because usually
Well, I
when
mean-
you talk high school, you usually talk to the young guys, because that's what you taught, right?
Yeah, well, that's what I taught. I taught all these kids. From
That was
high
your
school,
thing, right?
And that's what I did for all these kids down in
Santana.
Mesa High School,
Nice.
Estancia High School,
Here it
and a
goes.
lot of these kids.
Now we got him on a roll. Let's hear
No,
it.
honestly, a lot of these kids
Here we
didn't
go.
have a background
Here
in
we go.
wrestling.
Put your seatbelt
Yeah.
on.
As soon as we got them involved in jiu-jitsu and all that stuff,
Yes.
they dominated wrestling after that, and they got scholarships. And
Shout out to my kids.
Yeah,
I
just-
teach high school wrestling now.
There you go.
La Mirada
That was
High
awesome.
School. Shout
La
out to
Mirada
them.
High School.
Yeah, a lot of these kids couldn't wrestle, couldn't do a damn push-up, and
Right.
when we taught them, they were like little gangbangers. Now they just changed their lives.
Right.
Good for you.
Good feeling.
I got 3 actually right now that I teach currently at the high school. That I used to teach and be teammates with at New Breed, and 2 my boys are the captains of the team. So that's crazy for me.
Wow.
Kind of goes full circle because I've known them since they were like 6 and 8, and now they're juniors and seniors in high school. And for me, it's like wow, like now I'm leading the team for them again, and now they're going off, and one's joining the Air Force. Aaron
Wow.
Lacey, Megamind. Shout out to Megamind.
Yeah.
Big old head. He's joining the Air Force, so
Very cool.
you know.
And it feels good when you see
Oh,
your
yeah.
kids you train and they're like making something of themselves.
Definitely,
Either
yeah.
getting full scholarships, going straight to the military, then years later, out of nowhere you hear coach, and then they're parents themselves.
Exactly.
It's like nuts.
Exactly. Yeah, I have the captain on the girls team actually. I've been with that girl for 4 years now.
Wow.
It's my girlfriend's sister,
Okay.
and I've been with my girl for 3 years now, and been coaching them since they started jiu-jitsu. And she's the captain of the team and made it to masters her freshman year in wrestling.
incredible.
So that's awesome for me because Amanda had a kind of a hard childhood in a sense. She got
Sure.
bullied,
Sure.
so she didn't know what to do. She thought about things, and first year in jiu-jitsu, world champion. So
You gave her a
Wow.
place to kind of demonstrate what she was about.
right, yeah, definitely. She now she bullies me. She's tough. She's a tough little cookie.
That's awesome.
That's how I feel about Joey.
I don't believe you, bro.
Now, in terms of the transition from jiu-jitsu to wrestling or what have you, do you have a preference on what you would like to start your kids at, or like if you were picking like the ultimate jiu-jitsu player and would you like them to have a wrestling base, or do you think it matters?
Honestly, I would probably choose jiu-jitsu. because I think I never wrestled a day in my life besides like with my coaches or little wrestling camps that they held, and I find it really hard for really good wrestlers to take me down just because I feel like I have a foundation that's a little different. It's like, okay, well, if you take me down, hold me down, right? For me at least. But for a lot of wrestlers, I feel like that's a great foundation in its own right.
Yeah.
I would personally, though, I maybe it's a little biased to me, but
Oh, I like to hear that.
I would do jiu-jitsu first.
I think it's honest, and there's nothing wrong with that because, especially, well, the jiu-jitsu that came here in the 80s, early 90s is not the jiu-jitsu that you learned or even I learned.
Right. Definitely.
It's already incorporating, a lot of Roman Greco, as well as Sambo, as
Right.
well as catch wrestling.
Catch wrestling.
Everybody's kind of taking what works and making that their style. So
Right.
we're already getting a lot of that. So yeah, when you say a wrestler has a hard time, it's because you probably have a lot of wrestling skills, regardless whether we call that
Yeah.
wrestling or jiu-jitsu. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
When your grappling is a high level.
A lot of all my coaches, I think, were wrestlers in high school and college.
There you go. So
So I got a lot of wrestling.
it's
from
in
them.
there.
I'm not a bottom player in jiu-jitsu in general. You don't
No,
see me
I don't
pulling
necessarily agree with that either. So that's always a refreshing thing to hear because so commonly we go to tournaments and they drop right away.
guard. Yeah, yeah.
And what are you doing?
Kind of, yeah.
Your
I
butt,
think-
does your butt itch?
I think in the sport, it's good for the sport because it kind of speeds up the jiu-jitsu process of things.
Yeah,
But-
I get it because you're not doing you're not pummeling for 10 minutes.
Right.
But Don does a bottom for
That's
sure.
right. Well, I'm a power bottom. Thank you very much. Hey Joe.
But,
Hey.
but definitely, I think it's good for the sport in some aspects, but I think
It's good for the viewership of the sport, maybe because the
Right.
competition then starts. You have to engage.
right, yeah, exactly.
I get that.
I don't like the fact that it's like right away. I think maybe sometime down the line they should make it like a penalty if you pull guard.
Should.
You should fight for takedown.
Well, yeah, no. Here it is. You're up against you're in absolutes. The guy's huge, and you're not able to shoot on him. You're not able to lift him.
Right.
You can't judo throw him. You can't double leg him.
Go ankle pick him.
Right. And if you can't pull that
Lower
off,
half.
then they squat. You pull him to the ground. He's on top of you. He may kill you, but you're taking a risk.
You'd rather pull guard and have the big guy on top of you?
Hell no.
Or-
Hell no. Never for me.
I
but
would try to ankle
I
pick
see
him,
these
but
guys do this. I wonder where their thinking is. You know what I mean?
I think it's maybe it has to do with speed.
Yeah.
They think, I could play the grips game and try to keep distance, but if it's a big guy,
Right.
Well,
yeah,
there was
like
a
fat man game. I play the fat man game. So.
No, but it's true. Not to cut you off.
Joe,
But
what was your
like,
time
when
with
I-
Muhammad
when I,
Ali?
When I trained with my when I trained with my brother Gabe, for me to be the big guy, I was thinking, he'll never take me down, and he was pretty damn strong. He's a lot smaller than me, muscle wise, he's bigger.
Yeah.
But I'm a bigger dude, and I'm thinking, he's not gonna take me down, but he'll get me. And just for me being at 4 to maybe 3 whatever pounds I'm weighing right now, he's pretty quick.
You guys are still wrestling even at this age.
He'll still fuck with me, man, and
Really?
it pisses me off. Dude, I don't want to drop to the ground because if I'm on the ground like a turtle, Otherwise, if I get on top of you, different story.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
But he can take me down for a big dude. He like you said, all those moves he was doing, same thing.
Yeah,
He's
definitely.
and it hurts going
Nice.
down to this big dude like that.
Yeah,
Nice.
I remember when I was 15, I went out to Arizona to go compete. I fought this guy in the open, 6'6", 316.
It's a big boy.
I was 16 at the time. I was like 155. So imagine that. And I actually, it's funny, I took him down with a body lock takedown. And I smashed, I think the score is 16-2.
Tightened the grip, pulled him towards you,
Tripped him.
broke him.
Felt him going back a little bit,
And that
pulled the
was
leg
it.
out.
I
Yep.
love that. That's a
I
good
was
one.
like,
Body lock's
I'm
good.
I'm not shooting on this guy.
Yeah.
No way.
No, but you break him at the waist and you take him to the ground.
Yeah, that guy was stupid strong.
Could you keep him on the ground?
I took his back and I mounted him a couple times, so I racked
good.
up them points.
That's good.
I'm a points player.
Well, you gotta do what you gotta do, right?
Definitely.
Whatever your mama taught you to do, you get better do.
Bobby C said Jordan is not the GOAT.
No?
Magic is.
Oh, that's
Bobby
my
C.
Uncle Bobby.
Bobby.
Magic is the GOAT. I agree with him.
I'm with you because Robert, our producer, told me this, not me.
It's the mic when it's talking.
Oh, it's not your mic. It's your son leaning back like a
Oh,
cholo.
sorry.
There you go. Now you're in
Elbows
it.
upside two
Yeah, you're
sides.
cool.
But I got this Kobe case from my mom for Christmas.
Thank
so
you, Mom.
Kobe's
We love
the
this
GOAT.
guy.
Kobe's the GOAT.
No, Kobe not the GOAT.
What you mean, Jelly Bean?
No way.
The bean.
What do you think,
Did ya?
Joe?
No, I during his time, he is the GOAT.
Yeah?
Hands
Yeah.
down.
I don't think LeBron James will be better than Kobe Bryant.
Never?
Ever.
Never,
Never?
He's not better than Larry Bird.
never.
Any of those guys.
Okay.
He claims the king. Never.
Okay.
You love it, never. You kiss my ass.
Agree.
There you go.
Adam?
But Shaq did it too.
Shaq?
That
You like
was
Shaq?
No, that was the infamous. Now I've met Kobe when I was going to Crozier Middle School, and not the greatest guy.
Was he in your school?
No,
was
not at
hanging
all.
out?
So I mean, to set the table, Crozier Middle School and Inglewood High literally are 10 blocks away from
Yeah.
the Forum, and at the time, Kobe wasn't too far from our age, and he made it to the NBA.
Your age.
Skipping college and what have you, and we were in awe of him, right?
Still
So, there's this big kind of, what is it, like assembly that happens.
Yeah.
Eldon Campbell gives this big speech about how he overcame like developmental disabilities and made it to the NBA, and then there was like a big
Goated.
log that was around the kids and whatever, and then when they called for Shaq, this log started to move, and he was with us like the last 40 minutes. He threw off the tarp and started picking us up and everything like that. Kobe, who was dating Brandy Norwood at the
Brandy.
time, right?
Well,
Yeah.
I mean,
Took her to the prom.
literally couldn't get up. I remember powder blue velour suit, like Fat Farm or something. He wouldn't even look up from his two-way pager to address us.
But he's a young kid, though.
Just stay in school, whatever, right? So there's that, and the fact that when he got caught cheating,
wasn't cheating.
but Shaq did it too. That was his defense.
He was backdooring.
So-
He learned from Shaq.
Yeah, so, I mean, yeah, not my favorite person in the world.
I mean, I just think of him as a basketball
Me
player.
too. I don't like him.
I love him as a basketball player.
Yeah, I mean, there's that.
Greatest scorer of all
He just
time.
broke
No,
your
not
heart.
to say that Jordan wasn't. I mean, he famously, he was like almost not so much the Cosby, roofing chicks, but I mean he
Pretty damn
Yes.
close.
paid a good number of gals off. So
You know what, though?
It is what it
I
is.
think you guys are right. The people that say Magic, he is L.A., man.
Magic.
Magic brought L.A.
Showtime.
Right?
yeah, man. And,
Big
That's
game
what it's
games.
about. I love that. I love the idea behind that. Now that we're thinking
Nobody
about this
talks about James
subject,
Worthy.
yeah, I think Magic's it. I think you're wrong, Robert. I'm gonna buy me some Magic high tops.
I have
But real,
Magic
but
jersey.
real quick,
James Harden.
quick, our show is brought to you by Our Life CBD, one of our
it.
huge sponsors. Oh my God.
I got one. Don't worry.
There you go. Our Life CBD. There we
And
go.
Sean.
yeah, man.
So, yeah, check this stuff out, folks. Look at Our Life CBD
Yes, sir.
online. Sleep and repeat, man. These guys, their product is pretty bomb,
Okay.
shiznit.
Shiznit.
So, check them out. We got actually Sean in the house right now.
We do.
Hey, Sean, do
It's
we
the
have,
man.
we have anything going on for Our Life CBD? Yes.
Always got something going on. Go
What'd
to
we do?
CBD and put the first 25, and you'll get 25% off your first purchase.
Hey, that's the greatest ever. It's the gift that keeps on giving. So
And I'm still waiting on my shirt.
A shout out to Andrew and his mama, because they're from Telus.
Andrew Padilla.
Andrew Padilla, his mama was
Laura
out there.
Padilla.
Bolsa Chica 5K this weekend. She ran the 5K with Sean Lerma.
Nice.
I drank a coffee.
He walked.
he ran to the 5K.
He walked.
Yeah.
You never catch my ass running.
No? Well, I'd
Yeah.
catch your ass.
I'll-
That's for sure.
I'll be sea walking. I'll be sea walking, bro.
I should
CSR people.
That's right. That's right.
I'll be strutting. I'll be stroking.
Holy
Wait, strutting and stroking? Is
Hell
that,
yeah.
that needs to be a T-shirt. Joey the Bull.
Strutting and stroking.
All day long.
There you go.
Yeah, so
There you go, producer Robert.
So we're gonna bring a new show to you guys next week.
Oh, jeez.
We're gonna start something new. So anybody who's watching, the new segment for Joey the Bull is Bull or No Bull. So Joey's gonna tell us childhood story, and we want everyone to answer whether it's Bull or No Bull. We don't know. You're going to get a genuine Jim Crashers T-shirt. You tell us your size, and it will be coming to you. Compliments of our producer, the Polynesian Pineapple Panda.
that was so many
Look at-
P's for
look at-
Dondo
look
to
at
say.
Look at that.
He was
Damn.
puttering over.
Putta.
Oh yes.
Hey, I'm
Look at
an
that.
XL. I want one.
Be a part. You already got one coming, but you're a homie.
Oh,
You're a
then I
bro-
want to
You are a part of my pack. Look at that, Jim Crashers.
be a part of the pack. Let's
You know
go.
Well, this is our website, and you have, the About Us, which I wrote, and I absolutely love and adore the fact that we are homies that train together, through together, changed ranks together, and now
Changed bricks.
we run our dojo together. We do this podcast together. We roll out to fights together, tournaments together, and it's growing because people like Anthony Aguilera are part of our crew. We love him, and it's why he's with us tonight because it is growing. That's okay. Come on, interrupt me, Joe.
And I want to request Robert next time we put cameras in our van, so when we go places, so we can have like a little, road action.
Well,
I don't like where this is going. This is a PG show. We don't want to get kicked off.
No, it's
YouTube.
nothing mad. We're not doing like
what's that, Joe?
What is that, Joe?
On the bottom of the page, if it's the episode, the new episodes pop up on the bottom.
Every week.
So, folks, any episodes you miss, let's say if you tell your friends, hey, I was on the show last week. Scroll down to the page, you'll see all the old shows from weeks past. And
look for Big Sexy.
And that's just, you see my big ass on there.
Big Sexy.
So this bottom left corner here, after the show stops.
The bottom left corner.
Bottom left corner. Remember that,
That's
people.
it.
Yep.
Anthony Aguilera will be
Because
up
it all
there.
goes down to the
Aguilera,
bottom
Big
left
Anthony,
corner.
Big Sexy Aguilera.
Now,
I want his cousin.
Which one?
Christina?
we can talk about the big reveal here.
Talk about the big reveal. You hit the shop button and look what happens.
Ooh.
Look
Sexiness.
at that. Look at that. Us and we, not I or me. That's our logo.
I need that.
Right?
Hey,
It's
yo,
always
mom.
us and me.
Hey, yo, mom, get on it.
Mom, we got you. Don't worry.
No, mom, get on it.
Okay.
There you go.
Look at that. And then that is the Polynesian panda. We call him
Ooh.
Kung Fu Panda right
Kung
there.
Fu.
Look at
There it
him.
is.
Right? In all of his glory. That's me, the monkey.
The
Dondo the
monkey.
Chango.
No. We need the Adventures in Dondoland.
Ace
Come
of-
on,
Ace of
Rob.
Spades from
Give
my
the
friend
people
Adam
what
Wood.
they want.
There it is. Miguel
Yes.
the Lobo.
Damn.
Dondoland.
Dondo Land. The
I don't know about that Clipper one,
The
though.
happiest dojo on earth. That's Robert's doing, not mine.
That's not the sound clip that I heard.
There it
Happiest
is.
Dodo on Earth is what I got.
That's right. Joey,
But,
I'm making you a 6X in that, Joe, so you have
There
some
you go.
room to grow.
But, folks, there will be the bull shirt up there hopefully
The
soon.
bull, yeah.
Joey the bull shirt.
Bull or no bull?
Bull or no bull? Was it strutting and stroking? Strutting and
I'm
stroking.
just joking.
That's right, my little Puerto Rican unicorn.
It's fire.
Speaking of fire, you
Look at
hear
that.
about Lars
Jim
Sullivan?
Crasher's Motley Crue logo. Look at that. I love that.
I did, but I didn't read on that context.
I dig the Disneyland.
I didn't do
We
it
did
too
a little
much.
take on
I heard about it.
Yeah. So
I
he
seen
trended.
on
He trended on Twitter around the same time of the Bellator.
right, yeah.
Yeah. So
That, yeah.
10 points.
Donald, you had a question you asked everybody last week for 2020.
Okay, I asked everybody last week for 2020.
Someone's held off for this week, remember?
I can't
Oh,
remember.
yeah.
Tell
What
us.
the hell?
Tell us.
What did I
Tell us.
do?
Bring it back up, Joe. I have no
No,
recollection.
it was the New Year resolution. Mine was the whole keto diet, getting back into it.
Let's talk about the
Getting 5
resolution.
inch taller and a bigger PP,
Well, I love Cardi B.
I've heard
Cardi
her
D.
talk, and it's just.
You don't talk about
I
her
got
that way.
dumber. I got dumber.
That's
so-
not true.
No, man, leave Cardi B alone. Man, she reminds me of like my
I really
cousins.
will. If I never saw or heard
You
or.
got to be kidding me.
She reminds me of
that's
my
fine.
cousins
I'm
when
good.
she talks.
I'm totally
Right?
good.
My
good.
my sister named her Hennessy.
I'm good.
Yeah, I don't really mess with
But
that.
Mr. Aguilera,
I don't mess with that too much.
Yeah. Do you have any New Year's resolutions?
Yeah, I'm giving up chips and soda. So I'm drinking all the soda and chips I can.
No
get
more
right now.
Takis.
No more Takis. No more.
Oh, that's
No more sabritons. None of that. I have to get back in shape. I want to compete more this year.
Look at this guy. I like that.
I got to.
That seems super achievable for you, so I guess you're already on it.
Oh, I mean, fight to win.
I'm in shape.
Get
I'm
me
round.
in
Yeah, this guy already fought
That's
fight
in
to win.
A shape, Joe. But
multiple times.
Right.
yeah.
Joey, what's your goal for the year? What's the resolution that starts in 24 hours for the bull or no bull?
Well, like I said last week, I wanted to jump back into my keto diet. I was bad since Thanksgiving until these freaking holidays got in the way.
Yep.
And then once the
Facts.
New Year's happens, and this is true. I haven't told the wife this, but I'm going to start doing at least 100 to maybe 200 sit-ups
Sit-ups.
every day.
Okay.
Yeah,
That's
I mean,
my-
those stinking sit-ups.
Hey,
You sit all the way up?
bro.
Wow.
You know what? Listen here, you.
Wow.
I'm gonna leave him alone right now. Right now, he's a little special. Right now, he's a
He's
little
a
special.
special educator,
Our live CBD.
Yeah, I
Our
like a little
life
special
CBD.
right now.
right?
But yeah, that's my goal. My goal is right
Your
now
goal
for
is to
this
get
year.
to 100.
No, my goal, my two.
I'm just guessing. I want to know.
No, okay, like
One
I
by
said,
one.
right now I'm at 390. My goal weight right now is to get at least about 250 before summertime.
I would love to see that. I will buy
be
you
awesome.
the mankini when you get in it.
Because when I started keto, I was 450 about 7 months
No,
ago.
no, you're doing
Oh.
incredible. I'm
Yeah.
not making fun of your sit-ups. I don't know if you can do 100, but I want to watch.
No, sit-ups. Not talking about push. I can't do a damn push-up. Fuck
Okay,
that.
okay, but sitting up's harder than
Sit-ups.
push-ups.
I need to, can you do sit-ups, man?
You can?
See
You
my-
got that? You got that? You got to back into it? What you got to do?
I can do some sit-ups, bro. Believe me.
Okay, okay.
You know the easiest way? Just put a bag of chips in front of you.
Yeah.
Just sit up.
That's true.
That's what I do.
Wait, are we talking crunchies or sit-ups?
I'm
Because you know
talking-
what a crunchy is, right?
That's what I said, like a real.
No, I'm talking about crunchy.
Nah, you went in a different way.
Eventually, I'll do a
You
sit-up.
went in a different way.
Fiji and chocolate bar.
That's what we're talking
So I'm
about.
doing crunches.
My Southern Hemisphere friend just called you out.
That's it, dude.
The man from the Southern Hemisphere just said that's a candy bar.
We got
But
Sean
yes,
over here
yeah,
talking
we-
about
That's my
sit-ups.
goal. That's
we
my
don't
goal.
want your back to go out, so 100 crunches.
Yeah, crunches, not
Okay.
sit-ups. Crunches.
Okay.
That's what I meant.
So make your elbow touch your kneecap, but don't breathe too much, right?
There you go. I'll probably be farting a lot, but it's all good.
Will you be
helps.
Will you be providing
I like that.
content of this
Extra firepower.
transformation on TikTok?
Yeah, can
Oh
we
yes,
put
I
it on
will.
our show?
YouTube. You can put it. I'll do it right here in front of the show. Put it right on the table.
Maybe
Do it.
next. Not on the table.
Whoa, is this a Japanese table though?
That table can hold me.
If this is a Japanese table, if this is a Japanese
If we
table,
lay
this
under
shit
it.
don't break.
How many guys dare we go to the table around and do
No,
this?
no, no, not today. Not today.
If it's an American table, this shit is like the Dudley Boys.
I was-
get the table.
We were recently coming home from MMA Events Inc. We stopped at 2 in the morning at the Harbor House of Sunset Beach. And Joey says to the nice woman, "Yo, dog, can I get a wooden chair?"
Yo, dog.
And he goes, "One for my friend, too."
No, because honestly, they have these, the plastic
He
outside
would've
chairs.
buckled it.
I break a lot of those damn chairs. I mean, I had to double
You
it.
don't say.
I do, and to double those chairs, it's kind
Yo,
of
dog,
scary too.
Can
so,
I get a wooden chair?
she gave me a nice, sturdy metal chair.
Did you hit somebody with it?
No, he got to eat an omelet with it and finish his potatoes.
Yeah, it was so good.
Right? That was when his diet really went downhill.
Shut up.
Right? He gave
It was
up,
like, I said Thanksgiving.
he gave up keto for the burrito.
Shit is like a Newfound Glory song. It's all down here from here.
Right? He gave up the keto for
That's
the
t-shirt right
Newfound
there. That's your
burrito.
shirt right there.
Thank you, Joe.
Burrito diet?
Yeah, the burrito diet, man.
Burrito diet.
Yeah, there you go.
So,
Joey,
you Adam Woods
do you have a resolution, Adam, in the woods?
in the woods.
Get that
Stay
naga.
black?
Get that naga belt. Get that naga belt.
That's not a
Yeah,
goal.
no, I mean, honestly, I'm like
Adapt to
Joey,
the
I
northern
can get
hemisphere.
back to the gym. I want to compete. I want to train.
Oh,
and compete
this is
in
it.
jiu-jitsu, so
Naga belt,
I'm
here we
gonna-
come.
Yeah, absolutely.
2020.
And, this guy says there might be a 5 grappling
Hey,
title.
Look
Might-
at this
might
guy.
be-
Hey, the
shout out to
five.
grappling.
Sean Fowler.
and Naga. So. Thank you, Blake Troop, for actually giving me something to focus on. One of his illustrious 8 Naga titles he
Awesome.
gifted me with, and
He gifted you what?
yes, and with the provision that when I get mine,
You give it back.
obviously there's a. This is, 7 to 10 years ahead, right?
Do they have a
Once I get the
bracket for
purple belt,
10-year white belts?
I am literally
Yeah, it's called
going
white
to
belt.
give it right back to him once I get one of mine.
Is it
So-
cheating if you've been doing jiu-jitsu for 10 years as a white belt?
No.
No?
Is it?
Is
I
it
don't know.
consistent?
Well, I mean, here's the thing. In Brazil, once you're past 35,
You're a master?
you can only be blue belt if you haven't ascended.
Oh, I
over a blue belt.
didn't know this.
Yeah, absolutely. So, I mean, you are, if you're 35 and you haven't gotten further than a blue belt, you are Masters Division for the entirety of your
Okay.
and
Oh,
you still
shit.
get your belt. Yeah.
I should go to Brazil right now.
You should.
There's no shame in your game. So,
I like
I don't
it.
care.
I'm just asking.
4-year white belt.
Naga, here he comes. His new name is Pocus Nalgas.
Awesome. So
That's-
I can
What?
compete in blue belt the rest of my life.
Pretty much.
Basically.
That's cheating.
Just go to Brazil.
That's cheating.
Dude, I'm sure the favelas would love you there.
22 years.
No,
I
they-
could be a blue-
They'd go broke, man.
22 years.
22-year blue belt. I want to see the stats with that.
See,
like
that's
the tail of the
something,
tape.
though.
Hell yes.
I'm only
22.
21.
What?
You're 20.
I'm 21.
He's virtually
Yeah, baby.
21.
I'm 21, but been training 12 years.
That's right.
I should be in the Masters Division,
Wow.
technically.
When's your
I sh- I
birthday?
should
What
be
month is
allowed.
your birthday?
October.
Oh my God, he went to
October
the
13th.
Palomino right when he turned
Libra?
21.
October 27th.
Whoa.
Wow.
Damn.
October 21?
27th.
Oh, 27. All right.
27th.
That's good to know, Anthony. I like that. So, with that resolution, Mr. Woods,
Yeah.
When
so
when
I
can we
wanna
expect
do
to
more
see this?
jiu-jitsu or catch wrestling? Or
That's good.
whatever grappling.
I like that.
Anything. Yeah.
Okay.
So
Let's get him
do
a
that.
belt.
Get him a belt. Earn it. Earn it.
There we go.
We'll
Yeah,
come. We'll
so-
come watch that, Mr. Woods.
All right, so
Wrap it up,
let's
Joe.
wrap this
Wrap
up.
it up.
So where can we find you guys on your social media?
Oh, me first. Wow, put me on the spot. Facebook, Anthony Aguilera. Instagram, it's Anthony2798. And that's all I got.
Check out my homie because he is a cool dude and it's someone you definitely want to watch compete because
And if for nothing
I've
else, the
seen it.
sweet pictures of Mike Beltran, that'll get you going.
Hey, yo,
So-
shout out to Mike Beltran.
That's right. He's Godfather. Baptize him in
He's a
blood.
big fan of Our Life.
That's right. No,
He
he
loves
is.
it.
He is.
He
He
loves
is.
it.
That's absolutely right.
So-
Shout out to his son, Mikey.
That's right. Mikey's in town right now. You say he'll
Yeah.
be training over at New Breed
Yeah.
Yeah.
Awesome,
New Breed and
awesome.
Tillis.
and Tillis. Okay.
Where can people find you, Joe?
All right, Joey the Bull on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, whatever. All the social medias, Joey the Bull,
TikTok.
all that stuff.
Yeah. Some
TikTok.
points. Dondo, where can they find you?
Grinder.
Grinder.
Grinds.
That's
He definitely
right. If you look me up, you may find me there.
Bottoms up.
Dondo the Gym Crasher and John Dondo on Facebook. How about you, Woods?
According to Woods on everything, man. So follow me. There's a video up on the YouTube and Instagram pages of my kind of a synopsis of the travesty that was Bellator Japan. So
That's nice.
check that out.
And the gymcrasher.com is up now. www.gymcrashers.com. Check it out. T-shirts
check
are
it.
available. The About Us is really cool and well written. And hit up
By yourself.
Robert at Free Admission Media should you have any questions about
Absolutely.
sizes.
And
We're
all
going
the-
all the way to 5X because we got the big boys in house.
Absolutely. And the all proceeds to the Dondo Lab t-shirt. I got really excited, folks.
Wow.
Dondo Lab is
Humana,
where you
humana.
want to be. But all proceeds go to
The
what is
Dondo
it?
Children's College Fund.
There you go. There you go. A stripper
That's right.
New
That's
Year.
not right,
So-
actually, but
so-
you know.
Well, everybody, folks listening out there, have a safe New Year. We'll see you next
Fun
year.
driving.
Brand new show.
2020.
Peace out, folks. See you
Bull
next week.
or no
Up
bull?
next, the Royal Ramble.